Well, hello. If you don't recognize me, I'm the Rifter. This is my nightmare. And those of you who stick around till the very end of this video shall be in for a treat. So I guess some of you have been wondering where I've been. Well, September has been a particularly crap month. I lost my cousin. We lost Eddie Money. We lost Rick Ocasek. And so I guess you guys wonder where I've been, and I don't blame you. And I will get into that. If you can't tell, I'm coughing, which I don't know why you wouldn't be able to tell. I mean, if you're not an idiot, you can tell that I'm coughing. Kind of confident that I know exactly how I got this. I contracted a bacteria known as Streptococcus pneumoniae. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's a bacteria that really sucks if you get it. Basically, it started out on Saturday. Excuse me one moment while I put my fat order in.
There you go. Have a great one.
Thanks, you too. Alright, so now that I got my Fat Boy order put in, and it would feel like a Fat Boy order, but I actually haven't had anything to eat today, and I had a very long day at work, and all I did was sweat today. So, tastes nothing like Skittles. So yeah, I contracted a bacteria called Streptococcus pneumoniae, which causes pneumonia. And I'll throw my x-ray up on the screen just for giggles. But as you can see on the right side of this x-ray, there at the bottom right, you should be able to see my ribs. I mean, well, you can see my ribs on the right, but on the left, you should be able to see my ribs. You can't. That is all blocked up with fluid. Now, I don't know which of you have had pneumonia before, but it is a straight up terrible disease. Or, well, pneumonia is not the disease, but pneumonia is definitely a part of the disease. Pneumonia is the result of the disease. We'll put it that way. Bacteria. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. But I had a fever of 105 degrees. So actually, I think I started explaining it and then I got sidetracked because I want to be a fat boy. So I think it was Saturday the 6th at 5 p.m. Like I was at work, and where I work's not exactly cool, like a cold building. It is just pretty much stays hot all the time. Even in the winter, they usually just have the heater blasting. So I was like, man, is it cold in here? I feel really cold. Like, everybody's like, no, man, it's hot. Huh. So I'm standing there shivering, and I'm like, man, is my head hot? Somebody's like, yeah. You feel a little bit warmer than usual, I guess. Well, you feel a little bit warmer than, I guess, normal temperature. So I have the next day off, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess I will take some Tylenol, pound some OJ, and take my vitamins and knock this thing out pretty quick. You know, whenever I get a fever, that's usually what I do, and it's usually gone within a day. I don't know, that's just how I usually take care of it. So after that, the next day was terrible. Next day my fever hit like 102, 103, and I still was freezing. I had no sore throat, no cough. Not like I do now. And I had a headache. So basically my only symptoms were headache, fever, and I was freezing. So over the course of the next 2 days, my fever climbed to 105 degrees. I've never had a fever that high, and I think my brain swelled a little bit because, like, once I got rid of this and I was no longer contagious, I felt like every time I coughed, my brain just felt like it was rubbing the inside of my skull, like it hurt. So I think my brain swelled up a little bit when my fever got that high. Apparently you start stroking out and like getting brain damage around 107.6 or 107.4, somewhere around there. It's not good. So I went to the doctor about 2 days into it. I'm like, man, screw this. So the doctor originally said, you've got a super rhinovirus. I don't know what that is. They're like, well, you're negative for the flu. You know, take some ibuprofen, it'll help get your fever under control. I'm like, man, ibuprofen? I thought Tylenol. No, ibuprofen. Which, life hack, they're right. Ibuprofen, it will control a fever. I did not know that. Good to know, because it took my fever from 105 down to like 100.5. Tell you what, man, that stuff works well. So that was the first doctor I went to. Super rhinovirus was their diagnosis. So first of all, whenever they put super at the beginning of a virus or super flu or some crap like that, just get a second opinion. So I waited another 2 days and fever hadn't gotten better. I thought I was going to die. I honestly thought about recording a goodbye video to my wife just in case I was dead when she came home. That's how bad that got. Now, I went to a different doctor, my main doctor now, and he listened to all my symptoms. He's like, huh, okay. So he listened to my lungs just like the other doctor did. Because we're going to get a quick x-ray. So they got an x-ray. All of that is fluid. This is nasty yellow fluid that I've been coughing up for the past, I don't know, 4-5 days. But he said that he was pretty impressed with my immune system because it's fighting it off really well. But my immune system's like in overdrive. It's trying to boil this thing out of me, and it needs help. So I showed my ass at the doctor's office and they shot me with an antibiotic. And then I also went and got a different antibiotic and started taking those orally. Now, I don't ever go to the doctor and I don't ever take medication, so it worked pretty well. I mean, after the first 4 hours, I felt so much better. The first 12 hours afterwards, my God, it was like, he was right. He's like, you're going to feel like a new man. I can't believe I'm back to work already because from what I hear, you usually get hospitalized when you get pneumonia. But the doctor is like, so usually when you have a fever over 103, you tend to want to go to the hospital because it's pretty high fever. And I said, yeah, but doc, I'm not a pussy. And he just kind of laughed, and I said, plus hospitals are where people go to die, and I don't want to go to the hospital. He understood, but I guess that's why he was just like, yeah, you go back to work on Monday. Well, we're doing a lot of very physical things at work, so not a fan. But my Yelp review for having pneumonia, would not recommend. I just wouldn't recommend it. If anybody else has had pneumonia, let me know down in the comments, like, if you felt like you were gonna die, because that was bad. I was really bad. There were points that I was in the shower with just the cold water on, and the water was hitting the top of my head, And then when it ran off my head, I could feel hot water hitting my hands. So that was pretty high fever. So yeah, as long as you're not allergic to it, the first thing you do when you have a fever, especially one that high, is take some ibuprofen. I took 600 milligrams every 6 hours. Now, the standard dose is 400, and you're not supposed to take more than 3,200 milligrams per day. So I would definitely talk to your doctor before you do something like that. I mean, I didn't talk to my doctor before I did that, but we used to take 800 milligrams of pop in the Army, so yeah, I guess it's all right. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to, almost dying and stuff, because I'm going to show you what we do with these unruly bacteria. Thank you for sticking with me. I told you there'd be a little treat afterwards. This is a 1 million times larger replica of the bacteria that got me sick. Streptococcus pneumoniae. I don't know why they added the dumb eyes to it, but just wanted to show you what happens to unruly viruses that enter my body. Seriously? Because that didn't work. Let's burn it anyway. Well, this wouldn't be supposed to be so anticlimactic. Who thought it would be so hard to destroy a stuffed animal? Finally. Anyway, this is what happens to unruly bacteria that invade my body. Burn them with antibiotics. Yeah, I expected to come out here like all badass and this thing just go up, but it didn't happen like that. Anyway, I'll probably put some badass. Whoop. Burn him a new butthole anyway. Yeah, so I expected to come out here all badass and just be like and shoot flames all over this guy, but you can only do so much, I guess. And this is highly controlled situations. I have a bucket of water underneath it, okay? Yeah, I'll probably put some badass music behind it just because of, you know, fire and badass and whatnot. That thing is really flammable. Well, thank you for sticking around for the half-assed awesome show. Well, yeah, having said all that, you know, like, share, and subscribe like usual. Sorry it's been a while for videos, but I had to take care of myself. I hope you understand. If you don't understand, I don't know how else better put it, but you know, click around for some videos, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully I don't know if I'm working on something new or not, but just like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.